Wow, don't you feel empowered? We've got the whole world in our hands and we can do what we want with it. Are you ready? It means we've got some work to do. Would you agree with me? We got a lot of work to do because the world is calling for a change. The veil is really thin right now. Can you feel that? It's really thin. And all the things that want to be healed and changed are coming up because there's no one that can change the world but you and me and each one of us individually. We are the change makers. And when we come together in a group consciousness to change for good, we can make miracles happen. Remember, we can't change the world with the same consciousness that created it. You know, Albert Einstein warned us of that we have to up-level our consciousness. Now, this is not something new. The Bible told us, how many years ago? Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. We're in the consciousness business. That's what we know. We can change things with the power of our mind, fueled by the goodness and the love in our heart. That's where change comes. Now I want to read to you something that was written by Ernest Holmes. His book, Open at the Top, because he said, his writing, when he wrote it, he said, this isn't the end. Be open at the top. He said the greatest discovery we can make as individuals is we're part of an evolutionary process within ourselves. We're here to grow and change and evolve. And our evolutionary process is part of the evolutionary process of the world. So we're here. This is an important part that we play. And when we realize that and recognize it, that we are here to change and grow all the time. In fact, we were at, those of you that weren't here for Don Hobbs' workshop, it was great. Oh, wonderful. He is definitely a change agent on the planet. And he focused on focus, priorities, and vision. We have to know where we're going. We have to get a picture of that world. I know just leaving there, I got a whole renewed energy about my vision of leaving this legacy of unity and cooperation and love and collective security. And that's what I want to do here at the InSpirit Center, is that we have a legacy to leave. And I was inspired when we come together and share together. But Ernest Holmes said in his book, Open at the Top, the world is undergoing the death throes of an older order and the travail of a new birth. Whether or not it stays suspended in the state of intermittent coma, you know what that is, or passes immediately into the heaven of divine promise, will depend entirely upon how many of its ancient corpses we are willing to lose. How many of the ancient corpses. Now, this isn't something you can point at somebody and go, oh, that's an ancient corpse we've got to lose. That's not what it means. These ancient corpses are the things that are held in the collective unconscious. Carl Jung called it the collective unconscious, but it's that, I call it the cosmic soup of all the memories and experiences of all time. All of us carry that in us. You can't say, well, I don't have any hatred or blame or shame in me. We carry all the light and the dark, the shadow and the light. We have it all in us. We carry it, and we also have inherited tendencies that some of us gravitate more to the good and some not. It depends, but we have it all in us. So this cosmic soup, when I think of it, yeah, what we focus on expands, so what we're going to focus on, but we've got to heal that shadow, that darkness. We've got to be willing to see it and own it, or it's going to take over. It reminds me, when Kirk and I went to Costa Rica about 20 years ago. It was pretty rural and rustic then, and we were down at one of the beaches, and they had a little food cart, and I ordered some fish soup. Oh, I was so excited. And I took a bite of the fish on top, and then I saw an eyeball float up. Oh, I mean, that reminds me of this cosmic soup. We can think we're going along really well, and then that eyeball floats up. Oh. We have to be willing to own the eyeball. Really, we've got to be willing to do our work. We can't just pretend it's not there. It's in our soup, and we all have it. Albert Einstein also said that the tragedy of a life, the true tragedy of a life, is what dies inside a man or woman while they are still living. We have work to do. Inside of each and every person, not some of us, but all of us, there is a divine urge and a spark that wants to be happy. That spark wants to love and be loved. It's in every one of us. It's not in some of us. It's there. And it wants to create, because we are creative beings. That's when I say the evolutionary process is about our creative intelligence. We're here to create, and we want to create a new world. Now I want to tell you, when you think of a new world, what comes to me, as I said, was unity, cooperation, love, and collective security for us all. That we can live not all in alignment with exactly the same thing. How boring that is. That's herd mentality. That's going to get us stuck when we get in that herd mentality. It's creativity, it's originality, but it's the willingness to listen and be a part of the good. And when we pray, not just to pray for ourselves, but to make sure if we want love or abundance or health or joy or happiness in our life, that we make sure that we pray for others to have the same. These ancient corpses that we talk about, that live in this collective unconscious, that's hatred. It's anger. Anger can be used as fuel for change, but it's that contained anger. It's blame, it's shaming, it's guilt, it's all that stuff that lives in this collective unconscious. And we have to look at ourselves and be willing to ask, when we feel those in us. Now, is there anybody that hasn't felt anger or hatred or shame or guilt? Okay, because it's part of all of us. And is there anybody that hasn't felt joy and happiness and love and good feelings and goodwill and generosity and kindness and all of that too? Because that's all in there too. We just have to be willing to deal with what comes up. And is this the world I want to create? Because we're energetic beings, we're creative beings, and we've got to think, is this the world I want to create? Am I living that? Because remember, quantum physics is teaching us the observer affects what's being observed. We have an effect on everything. And if we're not cleaning out our cosmic soup, getting those eyeballs reformed or something, I don't even know what to do with the eyeball. But anyway, I haven't forgotten it, that's for sure. Well, Martin Luther King, he knew we needed a new world. And he had a warning for us. And I want you to listen to it, because I want you to put yourself in here and see, where am I? He said, one of the great liabilities of history is that all too many people fail to remain awake through great periods of change, of social change, great periods of change. They fail to stay awake. Every society has its protectors of the status quo and its fraternities of the indifferent, who are notorious for sleeping through revolutions, sleeping through that wake-up call. I want to be changed, the world is yelling. We want something new and different. We want to come together. We want to work together. But they sleep through those revolutions. Today, our very survival depends on our ability to stay awake to all the stuff that comes up in us, to transform and heal, all that. To adjust to new ideas, to remain vigilant, and to face the challenge of change. Now that sounds like a big call, doesn't it? But actually, we are designed for that. You and I are designed to be the change makers. Remember we talked about the conscious mind? Well, Dawn reminded me yesterday that we have 4,000 conscious thoughts a day. Isn't that good? 4,000 conscious thoughts, and that's the power of our mind. Of course, we have tens of thousands of unconscious thoughts, which come from that collective soup of yuck and mung and all that. But the conscious mind has the power to transform the unconscious thought. It has the power to change it. The higher intelligence can change the lower intelligence. That's how we're designed. We're designed to recreate, to change for the better, for the good. It's just we have to stay awake. We have to realize, we have to look at ourselves. Am I living The vision I have, our vision is our compass. What do we want for our world? We have to use that as our vision. Am I willing? If that's what I expect from someone else. Integrity. It's a big word right now. Authenticity. Big words people are throwing around. The question is, are we willing to live them ourselves? We can't be pointing the finger at somebody else because they're not doing something. We've got to look at, well, why is that triggering me? Why am I so upset about that? What do I need to clean up, transform, and amend in my own life right now? Right now. If we imagine, if we don't really have a vision right now, visions are kind of tough to get sometimes. They're big. We need help. We need help with these visions. I'll tell you, sometimes I lose mine from just the day-to-day grind and trying to work things, and you forget there's something bigger out there. If we just visualize a star in the sky, a beautiful, bright, shining star, and imagine that star in all of its power and magnificence is God's love. It's God's love. And what we want to do to heal the old corpses, the ancient corpses, we have to spiritualize our consciousness. We have to unify our consciousness with the power of the divine mind, of the possibilities. Mario was talking about the opportunities and possibilities that are missed because we're not looking in the right direction. We miss those opportunities and possibilities that are right there. So if we just align ourselves right now with that star, that love, remember the veil is thin. We need to bring our human and divine consciousness together and to unite. It's fun to be human. Our daughter invited us to an event she was doing in Poway on Friday night. It was a beer and chocolate pairing. It's unique and different, and it was fun, and I loved going into that little craft brewery with all those little tasting jars and having fun. I forgot what the yeast and wheat do to my sinuses, but change is not always easy. It's messy and painful at times, but still fun, something new and exciting. It's fun to be human. But when we spiritualize it, what energy am I leaving wherever I am? I think about that. I don't want to just go someplace. I want to be a person that can be an energy that up-levels life. We have the power. And when we unite with that star, that's all we need to do is visualize that star and focus on it because it's reflecting that divine spark of love and happiness and courage and creativity within us. That's what it's doing. So you and I have some work to do. Now, the good thing is, yes, we are here to be an outlet for life's wisdom, intelligence, beauty, love, and creativeness. But how do we do that? Well, I've got some good news for you. We have all the tools we need right now. There's nothing we need to do except use the tools. Many of us keep our toolboxes closed and say, oh, I have the tools. Is that any good? Well, that's a step. Definitely a step. But if we're not having that toolbox open and using the tools, and we don't have to just use the tools, one of the major tools we have, of course, we have to expand our faith, and we have a spiritual mind treatment that, Mara, you did a beautiful, powerful treatment this morning. It was beautiful. I can't believe everybody in here didn't feel better after hearing that. It was powerful. It was intentional. And number one, we simply need to be still and recognize there is a power for good. We may call it God, we may call it spirit, we may call it intelligence, we may call it divine potential, whatever it is. There's a power for good in which we live, and it's there always. That's all there is. We just have to recognize that and then unify ourselves, merge, let go of our small selves and merge with the star, the possibility, the consciousness that's ever present, merge with that. But thirdly, we have to recognize that we have power in us. We have to use the power of our word. The power of our word is creative. Every word we speak has energy and vibration to it. We have to be conscious of that. We have to be awake that we make a difference with every word we speak. Well, some we can throw away if we don't use them too much. But the majority of our words, we've got to really focus on the power we have to create. So we do that, and then we give gratitude. Be grateful. That's the healing, transformative power in the world. And then let it go. Have faith that it's already done. As Mario said, it's done. Just let it go. Let it go to the universe. It's done. because we're one with that mind. Now we can use our own teachings, but also Pema Chödrön talks about something that I think is so needed in the world right now. She is a Buddhist teacher, author, nun. She's a mother, amazing, wonderful, funny woman, just a love. And she talks about the Tonglen practice, about expanding compassion in ourselves by recognizing suffering, not ignoring it. And the Tonglen practice you can do anytime, anywhere, all the time. And it's about building compassion in the world. Do you think we need more compassion? More empathy? More caring? Of course. You can do it anywhere, all the time. And it's just with your breath. When you see pain in the world, it can be pain in yourself. It can be pain in someone you love. It can be pain in your community. It can be pain we see on the television for people that we don't even like. But when we see suffering in the world, it's about breathing in that suffering to understand it and have compassion for it. And then breathe out faith, love, health, prosperity, whatever kindness you can think. Breathing in so we feel one with the suffering that's going on. Remember, there's this collective unconscious. We can't throw that away. We're part of it all. We breathe it in. Close your eyes for a moment, please, if you feel called. And if there's something in your own life right now that feels like suffering with someone, with yourself or someone you love, if there's suffering in this world that's heavy on your heart right now, heavy on your mind, just take this moment and just breathe in the suffering, to be compassionate, empathetic, caring. And then breathe out love, faith, healing, joy, possibility, whatever it is. Do that a few times and feel how we are cleaning this cosmic soup. We're up-leveling. We're healing the ancient corpses of separation. We're healing the ancient corpses of the low frequencies of hatred and anger. We have that power in us right now. We have that power to change for good. So I'm going to call each of us to just think, whatever practice it is, open your toolbox. Prayer, meditation, contemplation, Buddhist practices, quiet, stillness, love, whatever spiritual practices there are, to be spiritualizing our consciousness is what we need to be doing right now. Are you with me? Are we ready to change the world? Good. And keep a vision of that brand new world in your mind, in your heart. You know, Ernest Holmes said, we are to take a stand for something and be against nothing. We need to take a stand. We need to realize that we have the power to be a messenger of goodness, of healing, of possibility. I'm going to invite, I think usually I end with prayer, but I don't want to. I've done enough of that today. I think what I want to do right now is I'd like us all to stand. You've sat down long enough. We're all part of this together. And I want you to repeat after me. I want you to repeat. There's a power of infinite good available right now. I choose to be the hands and feet of Spirit. I let the love of life emanate through me. I am a change agent. And I'm changing this world for good. I put a smile on my face because I'm filled with faith. I'm filled with hope. I'm filled with love. I give a smile to this world. And look at the person next to you and say, and I give a smile to you because I love you.